Have you ever wondered how it all began? What was there before the mountains, the oceans, or even time itself? Let's journey back to the very beginning. Before anything we know existed, there was only God. This is the story of creation, the first people, and the single moment that changed the course of history forever. Picture a world of complete emptiness. Then, out of the silence, a voice begins to speak. God speaks, "Let there be light," and in an instant, light floods the emptiness. He separates the light from the darkness, calling one day and the other night, and that was just the first day. On the second, God crafted the sky, a vast expanse separating the waters. On the third, dry land pushed its way through the seas, and God covered it with vibrant life grass, plants, and towering trees. The fourth day saw the birth of our sun, moon, and stars, set in the sky to mark the seasons and light our world. On the fifth day, the waters teemed with fish, and the skies filled with the songs of birds. On the sixth, God brought forth every animal that walks, crawls, and roams the land. Then, as the pinnacle of his creation, God formed man and woman in his very own image. He blessed them, giving them a special task, to care for the earth and all its wonders. Finally, on the seventh day, God looked at everything he had made, saw that it was very good, and he rested, blessing that day and setting it apart as holy. In the heart of this perfect world, God planted a magnificent garden named Eden. He placed Adam, the first man, there to tend to it. It was a paradise. Everything Adam could possibly need was right at his fingertips. But with all this freedom, God gave one simple rule. You may eat from any tree in the garden. He said, "But do not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for on the day you eat of it, you will surely die." Then, seeing that Adam was alone, God created Eve from Adam's own side, a companion and a partner perfectly suited for him. They lived in complete harmony, walking with God in the cool of the day, with no shame, no fear, just pure joy in his presence. But one day, a subtle voice whispered a question. A serpent, clever and cunning, approached Eve. "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" he hissed. Eve corrected him, "We may eat fruit from the trees in the garden, but God did say, you must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die." The serpent scoffed. "You will not die," he promised. "In fact, God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." Eve looked at the fruit. It was beautiful, and the serpent's words made it seem so desirable. She took a bite. Then, she gave some to Adam, who was with her, and he ate too. In that moment, everything changed. A wave of shame washed over them. For the first time, they saw their own nakedness and scrambled to cover themselves with leaves. Later, they heard the sound of God walking in the garden. They hid. "Adam, where are you?" God called. Trembling, Adam replied, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." The crucial question came next. "Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from?" Adam pointed his finger at Eve, and Eve, in turn, blamed the serpent. God then laid out the consequences of their choice. The serpent was cursed to crawl on its belly. Eve would face pain in childbirth, and Adam would have to toil and sweat to bring food from the ground. And ultimately, they would face physical death and be separated from the paradise they once called home. God, in his mercy, made them clothes from animal skins and sent them out of Eden, placing powerful angels to guard the way back to the tree of life. This story from Genesis isn't just an ancient tale. It sets the stage for everything that follows. It shows us a creator God who is powerful, personal, and loving. It also reveals a heartbreaking truth. Our choices, our disobedience, can create a vast distance between us and God. But even in this moment of separation, a glimmer of hope remained. This was not the end of the story, but the beginning of God's incredible plan to rescue his people and bring them back to himself through a promise of redemption and forgiveness. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey back to the beginning. If this story resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more content that explores the depths of these foundational stories. We'll see you in the next video.